Hey everyone! It's story time on how I sold my second bike in the middle of winter in Omaha, Nebraska. The story from the buyer on why he was looking for a bike in the middle of winter surprised me. You'll want to stick around for that. Well, if you're following the saga of me and my bikes versus my wife, things are heating up again. As you would guess, bicycles normally don't sell quickly in the middle of winter, but that was no excuse for my wife. Last week she came home and found the garage still full of bikes, and here was her reaction. Luckily, a few days later, a buyer for my Giant Upland was interested and bought the bike from me. I picked this bike up from Facebook Marketplace for just $20 last fall. I thought this was an excellent price and brought the bike home for restoration. Upon inspection, it really wasn't in that bad of shape and just needed a thorough cleaning, re-greasing and lubrication of the appropriate parts, air in the tires, a new seat, and new cables and cable housings. That was it! Let's review the costs for this build. I'll put a running total in the upper left-hand side of the screen. The bike was $20. The cables and cable housings were $14. The new used seat was pulled from my parts bin for $0. That brings the total cost for this build to just $34. I listed the bike on Facebook Marketplace for $110. A few weeks later, a buyer contacted me and wanted to meet later that afternoon. I was kind of surprised because we recently had about a foot of snow and sub-zero temperatures. The weather was not conducive to bike riding, but who am I to judge if someone wants to buy my bike? I drove to the parking lot where I normally meet my buyers and waited for him to arrive. He pulled up next to me in his pickup truck and we both stepped out so I could show him the bicycle. The first thing I noticed is this guy was tall, probably well over 6 foot. I immediately told him that the bike would probably not fit him, as the bike was a size small and would probably fit someone 5'6" or shorter. He gave me a chuckle and ordered his son out of the truck. The bike was for his son. I adjusted the seat. His son proceeded to ride the bike around the empty parking lot. It turns out that in preparation for the big snowstorm, this poor man moved his kids' bikes around to get the snowblower out and forgot he left his son's bike behind his truck. You can guess what happens next. He said his son was devastated, but was happy I listed this bike on Facebook Marketplace. This bike was very similar to the one that got run over. He agreed to pay the full price of $110. I was happy, his son was happy, and he was happy his son was finally happy. I made a profit of $76, and my angry wife would be happy that yet another bike was out of the garage. If you like happy endings, hit that like button and subscribe for more bicycle restoration content. Be sure to check out one of these videos as well.